Mrs. Tree Radio. Proudly brought to you by Pacific Media Network.
Today I've got the absolute privilege of sitting down and talking to two absolute legends in New Zealand music. And in general, the brothers whose very authentic and distinctive sound have been the soundtrack to many of our lives. Weddings, barbecues, breakups, healing, and of course taking us back to church. Please, it is my absolute honor to welcome the brothers Adeaze. Hello! Woo! Hi!
Hi.
Hi, welcome.
Oh, it's great to be here, Tree. Thank you for having us on your show.
Thank you for being here. How are you?
Very well. We're still alive.
Yeah. Lots to be grateful for.
Yep, definitely.
Firstly, I want to thank God. I want to thank God for bringing us together, and this like, it's such an honor and a privilege because, you know, I know we're family, but I'm also such a huge fan, and I'm pretty sure, like, to have you in this space, I'm pretty sure our listeners and as well as my team and PMN, it is such an honor to have you join us today. Thank you so much for your time. V, I know you just flew in. How was your flight?
Yeah, it was good. Like, oh man, those you know me and Nanes, as soon as we jump on, put the seatbelt on, and then I just warn the person, don't mind me, I'll wake up when we land. But now it was a good flight, just crashed out, and then, we had a sound check, and then, and we would have missed this opportunity, especially while I'm here, and as soon as we heard that you wanted us on, I told Nanes, it's automatic for trees, so
thank you.
It's all good.
First things first, I want to do a welfare check. So I wanted to truly ask, genuinely, how are you and how's your heart?
Cool. I think everything's good and solid in my world. I think what helps that is my family, definitely my wife, running game at home and just making sure everything's in order. With our kids and just having my kids, seeing them grow and grow into their passions and what they're passionate about doing. And I think all those little aspects about the family home help my well-being. They help my mental space. And so thankfully I haven't gone through anything, traumatic. I know there's a lot of struggling people out there, especially when it comes to mental wellness and mental illnesses and things like that. I think the other thing that's a blessing in our household is ensuring that we keep Sabbath every week, and one day a week we have Bible studies, and I just put out a topic. Everyone goes and studies that topic throughout the whole day. Then we come together at night. We do our family loko, and everyone just unpacks their study. They go find their own sources, and it's just a great way to teach my kids how to research the word so that they can understand it for themselves and reading it in context and whatnot, and how to really apply it in their lives in today. And so I'm truly grateful to our loving Father in heaven that we have been doing that for about 3 years now, 3-4 years, doing our best to honor Sabbath and to study his word, and for everyone to have their own take on what they're reading, and then just sharing it together and learning how to apply it. So, and I know that's important for my kids' mental well-being as well. And they're going to face, some of the challenges that we faced as when we were a whole lot younger. And so I remember those times, and I just wanted a moment for my kids to be able to see the world, through different eyes. And when I say different eyes, I'm talking about God's eyes, seeing it through the word and what God is talking about, what is of the world, and, and just things like that. So I think our mental well-being and our space at home really helps us to wear those different eyes and learn how to navigate through this life, just being genuine, being good people, and being caring and loving to those around us.
Oh man, I think for me, similar to Lane's, like, man, I didn't know that it was going to get this deep, in the question, but in all things I do thank God for opportunities to share and, you know, to have these welfare checks and stuff. For me personally, like, man, yeah, I just feel like I kind of went through a bit of a roller coaster, you know, with, yeah, you know, with mourning and grief and just things that happen within families and stuff. And, you know, I know people see us as Adeaze and the music side, but yeah, these questions are deep for me. And again, like, I don't want to go into, you know, certain things, but I do thank God for, at this particular moment in my life, I'm at my happiest in my marriage. I'm at my happiest with my children and our family goals, and even just, you know, moving away from New Zealand, I had to get away to yeah, just I guess
Process things, eh?
yeah, you know, at the same time, yeah, I mean, it's hard to explain, but, you know, man, I'm just thankful that I have a loving wife. I'm thankful that I'm genuinely close with all of my children, and that I'm genuinely close with all of my siblings, and that's just the way that that's just the way that Mum, you know, brought us up as a family. And I do thank God that not just me or not just Naines and our wives, but especially our kids, as Naines was sharing, you know, as long as our kids know that that they are truly loved, no matter what decisions they make or wherever they go in this life, man, they have our support, they have our love, but most of all, through the highs and lows of this life, they have a relationship with the Lord, and He will never leave them nor forsake them. So that's our main foundation. But yeah, man, go back to well-being, like, I'm heaps better now than I was last year, the year before, and yeah, man.
It's been a journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
But hey, the
is.
journey continues, and and we are here.
And I think that that's what life is truly about, eh?
Yeah.
The journey and
Yeah.
being grateful, like, just learning to go through what you go through and appreciating every part. Like, there's always a lesson in everything, and like Uncle Nena was saying before, you know, seeing it through God's eyes, and like, through God we're able to appreciate everything.
Yeah.
You know, like, whether it's good or bad or sad, grieving, like, we're still able to appreciate it. And man, like, that was such a super powerful moment, because you know, for us Pacific Islanders, we don't really see men be vulnerable often, and for you guys to be able to share how you truly feel, that's so powerful in itself. So thank you
No,
for that.
I definitely think
And I'm
it's
so
important
happy.
in this day and age.
Yeah.
And being artists, from an artist perspective, you know, there's so many artists out there, put themselves out there on different platforms and stuff, and people get to watch their daily lives and all of that, and all they see is the happiness, you know, or the laughter or the joy that comes with, you know, having to post content and things like that. But that's only for a small aspect of your life. There's still a lot of moments you are by yourself.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it's in those moments when you're by yourself, are you happy? You know, if you're not happy in those moments when you're by yourself, then all you're doing is faking the funk when you come out into the world. And that can get tiring. And that's where I believe a lot of our people, you know, fall into depression and anxiety and all of that. And especially for us poly men, you know, it's not a normal thing for Polynesian men to just express themselves. And thankfully, you know, I give credit to our parents, you know, the upbringing that we've had, and being able to share openly. And I remember my mom always just harping on about, just being honest,
Yeah.
be honest in all you,
truthful.
and be truthful in all
yeah.
that you do, and do things with a clean heart. And the reason why I know my mom always says do things with a clean heart, because people might not see it. We can fool people every day. You can fool someone every day that you're happy and you're good, but you can't fool God.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the
Lilo
reminder.
Sebe.
Yeah.
That's my, oh my
And-
gosh, my
yeah.
mom's voice. I can hear it
I
right
know.
now. Yeah.
I know.
But our mum used to say that.
Lilo Sebe, lalo le la, eh?
But V's brought up something that reminds me of what my mom, would often say to us, and it's when he's touching up on about, making sure our kids have a relationship with God. My mom was always reminding us, nothing will make me more proud, than my kids to have a relationship with God. None of your worldly achievements of what you can achieve in the world, will be more happier for her than us having a relationship with God. And I think that's helped us to maintain that, because there's definitely a lesson we pass on to our kids. I'm often reminding my kids, as of just last week when we had our catch up, I'm saying the same thing my mom would say to me. There's nothing that you can achieve, in school, in work, in your music, in your dance, in your performances, all your achievements that you get in that, they're cool. But nothing will make me more happier than to know that you have a real relationship with God. Because at the end of the day, this world and all its things will come and go.
Perishes.
But your soul will live forever.
And that was just our first question.
No, we just went straight in there.
We went straight in there.
It's like,
Me sitting
watch
here like,
welfare. I mean, I thought Windsor's closed.
Fake color. Oh man, well, I'm so happy. Like, I'm so happy to hear that you overall, regardless of any hardships of life, you're both doing okay and your hearts are well.
Yep.
And as family, that's all we ever want for each other.
Absolutely.
Joy.
Yeah.
Joy in the Lord and happiness, peace. And you both look like you're in the bestest places with peace of mind too.
Yeah, well,
So that's
I've grown my
beautiful.
beard, I'm allowing my grays to come out now, My wife is happy because I finally look older than her, So she loves it.
Shout out to Auntie Bix. Love you, Auntie Bix. Okay, let's jump straight into it. And some more questions. Are you ready for the smoke? No, jokes. It's not really smoke. It's not
Where's
really
the smoke machine around here?
I want to go right to the beginning. So how did Adeaze come about? How did Adeaze come to be?
Adeaze started in school. So, we were at Māngere College, born in Hamilton.
Wow.
Born in Hamilton, lived there 9 years, moved to Tokoroa. We lived there 4 years, and then we moved to Māngere in 1995. Went to Māngere College, and we just came across some friends who had same interests as us and wanting to do music. And back in those days, there's no iPads, iPhones, there's no nothing, You literally have to talk to people. You don't know what they did the night before. You find out when you catch up with them. You know what I mean? So we're cut from those days. And music was always one of those things that just drew everyone. When someone was doing music, everyone will come around because, like I said, you don't just watch it on, on your device or whatever. But 1997, we entered Rock Quest, and that's when the band Adeaze was formed. We had no. Adeaze was 97. 96 we had a band called 10MC.
Wow.
Yep, and we entered Rock Quest as well. Took out Pacifica Beats in 96.
10MC, what was the reason for that name?
Because there was 10 of us and we were from MC. I think someone wanted to do a play on Tennessee, and they ended up with 10MC. I know. Well, like I said, we weren't creative back then because we didn't have too many ideas to work off. But that was our band back then. And then 97 we entered again, and
that's
this
when
time,
we named it Adeaze.
That's when we named it. We came up with the name Adeaze. And then just from there, like school finished, me and my brother, we just carried on with Adeaze, and we come across Fulfui Mana, Brother D, at Rockquest 97. They came and saw our performance. They hit us up afterwards and they loved what they saw and wanted us to come do some music with them. 98, they let us know that they was starting a record label called Dawn Raid. So we were right there at the very beginning, you know. And yeah, from there we released Southside Story 1, which was Dawn Raid's first compilation CD. That was 1998. 99, we decided to go to a performing arts school, Excel.
Yeah, wow.
And it was during that time, 98 and 99 and 2000, we met Lole.
Yeah,
Usuali'i. She was preparing her album out at that time, which was the Samoana album. So we featured on there. The very first version of The Lord Is My Light is actually on her album. So when she heard us sing that song, she said, man, I love that song. Can I have it on my album? I was like, yeah, sweet, let's go for it. So we did that. After
Also,
Excel.
Yeah, sorry, Nate also worked on it with Dom.
Yep.
We met Dom
Yeah.
at Excel as
Yep.
well. So,
That's Mr. Dominic Leaonga.
yeah. Also Dom, so it was awesome.
He's Dom D1 Entertainment.
That's the one.
Wow.
Yeah.
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 Iconic.
Yeah. And so it was that phase, you know, where we worked with Lole. And then after that album, we decided to work on our own stuff. And then we linked up with Dawn Raid again. They loved, you know, our songs and, you know, the album that we were slowly putting together and decided to get back behind it. And yeah, the rest is history. We released our first single, 2002, which was The Life of You. How Deep Is Your Love followed that, 2003. 2004, we released Getting Stronger. So that's another difference with back in the day and today. Like today, you literally have to put out a song almost every 3 months or something to stay current, you know. Back in those days, you know, we're timing to release a single like pretty much once every year, you know, and that builds up to your album. And so we're in that era of the music industry.
There's no YouTube in that.
There's no YouTube, no nothing.
Came out.
We literally had to get out there and perform all over the place for people to see you,
And
hear
TV
you.
play.
Yeah, radio play and TV play was so big back then. And
But yeah, the album came out in 2004.
Wow. Who are your biggest influences in music? What was your inspiration?
yeah, I guess there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot, and it's not just well-known artists as well that influence me and my brother and our sound.
Our upbringing is definitely our Methodist hymns and
Gospel
Samoan,
music,
you know,
yeah.
Punia Lava'a, Tia Ma'a.
5-star Golden Li'is, yeah,
Golden
that's what our parents were playing to us, and
Yeah.
so that played on our cultural side of
And we always, just had a love for the kikala and that. That's why I brought a 12-string because I heard it off, you know, the Tia Ma'a guys playing it. And but yeah, you know, those were our upbringings. But then we also, you know, whatever was on the radio because we couldn't afford to buy
tapes or CDs.
Actual
So
CDs, yeah.
Whatever, you know, it just brings me back to Tokoroa of hearing Mr. Big. You know, oh no, let go, show me what you love you. Like just stuff like that. Just the melodies were beautiful and but all different artists, you know.
Yeah, and then I think in the 90s when we moved up here, you know, a lot of the gospel sound kicked in, you know, Black American gospel, you know, the R&B of phase of Boys to Men, Jodeci, you know, D'Angelo. These were all artists that we were drawn to.
And Uncle Bob too.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Yeah.
But we were roots.
Yeah.
From Tokoroa.
Yeah. We loved reggae and
Yeah.
especially all of Uncle Bob's music.
But we were in a reggae, you know, like
Yeah. We were in a reggae band.
Yeah.
Should we rock a reggae album? I said, yeah, do the R&B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you guys have your own like really unique, like distinctive sound that you created from like the very first original that you made, you know, like and it's not just in like it's a sound as a whole, like, you know, the vocals, the guitars, the musicality of it. It's like even to this day there's nothing ever that's like been heard like it before. And I do really want to ask, like, when was that? Did you I know that you've been you were in music at school. You went to Excel. You've been influenced from church, mum, and the radio at home. But can you share with me, when was your moment? Like, when was that pivotal moment in your life where you like thought to yourself, okay, actually, this is me, I want to do music?
I think for me, it was the release of A Life with You. Yeah, when that went to radio. Like, we had gained experience with recording, doing Southside Story 1, and also doing Psalm 1 album with Lole. But to finally get to a point where we were going to release our own stuff and put ourselves out there, that was 2001, 2002. A Life with You was released, funnily enough, first time on UFM.
Yeah.
And this is when UFM was in Otahu.
Oscar.
Wow.
And Oscar, Te Wila, and Mario were the hosts. And yeah, so I remember vividly that day,
That's right.
the release of our single. And yeah, I think for me, that was the moment where I realized, oh man, we can make a living out of this. And, you know, it's actually happening, you know, we're official musicians. And then from everything after that, yeah, that's history.
Wow.
Yeah. But that was a pivotal moment for me.
Yeah.
I always knew I wanted to do music growing up, right from school and all of that. Like, just, you know, your normal teenage kid who just sees, you know, all the stars on TV and just hoping one day, oh, man, that'll be so cool to do that. And so that moment came for me, in 2002, the release of A Life with You.
What about you?
Yeah, I think for me,
It still hasn't kicked in.
Yeah,
or
for
he's-
me, I just saw the
He's still processing it. He's still processing it. Hold on now. Uncle is buffering right now.
But for me, I mean, like, there's always been a love of music, like, and I haven't, like, with music, I didn't really take it seriously. Like, I always knew Naines, like, you know, was the guy, you know, and like, I was just thankful that I had a brother that, you know, like man, I just love this guy, you know. Growing up, I always seen him do music, so I'll do whatever he did. I would, you know,
Yeah.
I'd
do it
follow
together.
suit.
Yeah.
So we, you know, I mean, we're only a year apart, but man, our mum brought us up as twins. You know, I don't
Dressed us
remember.
up the same.
I don't remember when this guy was born. He doesn't remember when I was born. But
Yeah.
man, our whole upbringing, dressed the same, everything. Like, so we have our thinking is alike too. Like even, you know, now I'm in Oz and that, and like we just know each other so well. But going back to the question, yeah, I mean, I just enjoyed the journey. Like, yeah, I don't have a wow moment or anything. I just enjoyed every
Went
moment.
along with the
Still in
flow.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Whatever
that.
came,
Man, that's so cool. And it's funny that you say that like you mentioning you and Naines being dressed the same and like mum bringing you up as twins, because I don't know if you remember, like probably just after One Love, and I commented on one of your posts and I was like, I was 3 years old when I learned that you guys are mutant twins. Because I just realized that this year that you're not
Yeah.
twins. And does do you guys get mistaken for twins? Like
Man,
all the
growing
time?
up,
All
definitely.
the time, yeah.
Growing up was a definite, like...
And
I
everyone
think-
used to call us twins. So,
Wow.
And even till now, we still
Yeah,
call
because
each
I
other
reckon you
twins.
guys are
know?
actually like twins.
Yeah.
But
But I also understand it because, you know, me and my sister, we're like twins, but she's 5 years older than me.
yeah,
Yeah, so I totally, like, I understand the relationship.
yeah,
and
yeah, for sure.
even just like she finishes my sentences or
Yeah.
like she
Yeah.
knows things like if I'm not feeling too well, like she can read it and like mind reading
Man,
stuff.
that's exactly like my younger two, Sammy
That's
and
so
Nessie,
awesome.
and they always remind me of me and Naines.
Yeah.
You know why our family calls them twins too, you know, since they were young and nappies. But yeah, I'm grateful, you know, that even through the music and that I always had Naines with me, because I
likewise,
wasn't the confident guy. Like Naines was always, man. Now I know, you know, back then during Laupepa and that, you know, how they got anxiety. Now I know exactly what I had back in the day.
Yeah,
You
me
know,
too.
but this guy here, he might have had it, but he was just always.
I had it, but I had no choice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
You
was
know,
just
my mum and dad,
he could speak well and
Yeah.
all that, and,
it's just,
but
I always just told myself, just get it done. You know, otherwise
Yeah.
you're going to get a hiding. You
yeah,
know,
we
it's
both
like,
Because are
get
you
it,
older?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the older one.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's funny, like growing up, people would sometimes think that this guy was older only because he was always just a little bit more
Quiet
mature than me.
and composed.
Yeah. Whereas, not me.
Not I.
Not me.
Which brings me to my next question. What is your creative process like? Like as brothers and, you know, we hear of bands and groups and they're like all from, like they might have met in high school and they're not relatives, but you guys are literally brothers.
Yeah.
What is your creative process like?
I think we've never really discussed a process
Yeah.
of how we're gonna do music.
or what we're gonna write
Yeah.
about, or
We just
everything
is about feel. Yeah, everything is about feel with us.
This is the music.
If
the
it felt
musical
good,
side.
you know, to us, then we were happy with that. You know, and so it's just a lot of sitting around, jamming, you know, jam a few chord progressions, and then he'll pick up what he wants to play during that, and we'll be like, oh yeah, that sounds mean, or we'll go, nah, try this over here, try this, and so it's a lot of just real time, jamming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we
And then
also
just
know
singing.
each other well.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like we look at ourselves as like I mean this, like we're not flash guitar players. Like there's so many awesome guitarists out there, and that, but we're comfortable with what we know. Like, and it just for us, like if I was to jam something and Names was to come over the top, or like it just fits. We just know exactly what to play, and like for us, we always try to make it fit. Like as if when they heard us, they'll be hearing more than just two guitars and two vocals. So even down to our harmonies, we would, especially live, because you always want it to sound like exactly the same or better.
Yeah.
But it's all for us. It was always hard because, of course, you're gonna sound good with 3-part harmony, you know. So when it's always two, like you kind of have to come up with a way to make it to still capture that moment, but also deliver a beautiful. You know, you can hear the melody and the harmonies, but also the chord progressions. But like I said, we know each other well. If I was to jam something, he won't overtake. You know,
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like,
and I think it's 'cause
is it
we-
collaborative?
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
have debates every now and then?
no, like
No, not really. And I think because we grew up, how we learned music is everything is by ear. So when we got guitars and we're listening to songs on the radio, which eventually, you know, was on tapes and CDs, you know, as we got older, we could literally listen to a song, work out the chord progression, and then just play it like how we want to play it and sing it how we want to sing it, you know. And so that's pretty much probably our main process there was arranging like
how we
songs.
wanted to play certain songs that we liked. And like again, it could be from country to reggae,
Reggae.
to ballad
Yeah.
to like we could
R&B,
always, yeah. And especially at weddings as well, when they come up, like that's the other side of the good challenges. You know, we don't do as much weddings as back then, but when the couple would always come up with a song, sometimes we'll go, oh, okay, but hey, that's your song. So
Yeah.
we want to make it as special as possible. And then we'll just sit there and just arrange it. And, but again, we just know each other well enough to know that it feels right.
So now we've mentioned that you're both fathers and you have children. I also know you're very musically talented families with the kids. And I imagine, like, what is your family locals and your afiafis like at home? Like, given you're so vocally talented and, you know, like, even your guitar skills, like, how's your family afiafis at home? Is it like a choir ensemble?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're outsider,
Magical?
if you're outsider looking in, it might seem like that, but at the heart of it, it's like
Worship for us.
it's worship.
Awesome.
You know, we just teach the kids to make sure you have a clear mind and a clear heart. You know, we're not here to have a singing competition. And,
performance,
you know, if you want to sing your best, make sure you're singing your best for God.
the Lord.
You know, and making sure that, you know, your worship and your praise is pleasing unto him. And that's how I want you to sing. You know, sing to be pleasing unto God, who gave you your gifts and your talents. And we're very grateful to be part of a music family. You know, I'm often sharing with my kids, you know, music was created in the heavens before it came to earth. You know,
Yes.
because the choirs of angel, the cherubims that surround God 24/7, worshiping him. Imagine that, a choir of angels just singing non-stop, 24/7, praising and worshiping him around his throne non-stop since the beginning until now, and still going to carry on like that. Like, that's the music family that I want to be part of.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the music family that I encourage my kids to put first and foremost is, why do you sing? You know, and that's not to dog any other reason why anyone else sings and all of that. Everyone has their own, you know, beautiful reasons why they choose to do music. This is just our perspective on it, and
Especially
why
in the
it's so
four walls.
why it's so important to us.
Especially in the four walls, like it really is. It really isn't a performance.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so beautiful. Like, man, yeah, like when I come here, and then I go to Nains' house, and then we do a loko. Man, I can't help but kankangi in my heart, because I see my nieces and nephews, and then I see my own upbringing, you know, of how our mum brought us up. But and it was never a performance. Like, she would always say, you know, your talent is from God. He can take it away if he wanted to. So never, you know, be too prideful to. And again, knowing the reasons why you sing, knowing the yeah, but it's so beautiful in our four walls. Like, for me, I just love hearing my my children sing unto the Lord, and because they know what performance is, but they also know what worship is, and it doesn't matter how you look, or it's the heart of worship. But it's a beautiful sound when I hear them harmonize, and yeah, and also the other aspect is the sharing part.
Yeah.
That's what I love, man. I'm grateful to God that we are genuinely close with our kids, that they can come up and share about anything, you know, whatever topic at school, polaale upu, or whatever the word that someone's cussing or they didn't understand.
Yeah.
And I tell them, man, you can ask anything, you know. And again, just like a car needs a waft check, man, we have our own waft checks.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and that's what we do at home as part of our local. So
But on the flip side of that, when it comes to learning songs, when we have to learn songs,
we have a standard
that's
as well.
that's when they see
What
the
about singing it?
No.
Just in
It's
general,
meant to be like, hey,
you go up, you
you're a
go
little bit
down.
under,
Hey,
you're a little bit.
You're singing the same voice as
Yeah.
me. Do your own, find your own harmony.
So
Nah.
when it's practice time,
Yeah.
that's when they see the, you know, the kind of teacher side of us come out, and you know, drilling them, you know, getting them to be clean. But to those times that pay off when we do have our locals and stuff,
Yeah, man.
you know, there's no teaching and during local time, or there's
Yeah.
no like, you're a little bit under.
Spirit
There's no
flows,
critiquing.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just sing. But when it's practice time, there's a lot of critiquing going on. There's a lot of,
Yeah. I want to go back to The Lord Is My Light. And that was one of your first, if not your first, that was one of your first.
Yes, definitely.
With Sister Records. How did that song come about? Like, what inspired it?
1996 was the year The Lord Is My Light was actually written.
Yeah.
Mangere.
We were at Mangere Methodist at the time. We had an Easter show coming up, and the youth were running the service. So the youth were told, you guys are leading the Easter service this year, 96. And yeah, we just been working on that song at home and decided to bring it to our youth group and say, all right, let's do this song. And so Mangere Methodist Youth Group, 1996, they're the first ever to sing that song. And it's one of those memories that, you know, I always hold dear. Every time I think of that song, I always think of our Mangere Methodist Youth Group.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the first time the song was written, and I know me and V's performed that song quite a bit.
Within the
in those,
churches.
within the
Any
churches.
time.
Anytime we got a performance, we'd always perform The Lord Is My Light. Other people were picking it up at the time as well and singing it at their churches even before it was released.
Yeah.
So yeah, under Sister Records, under Lole, when she heard that song and she goes, man, I want that song. And we decided to record it on there.
Travelled even more.
Yeah.
But I even remember in 99, I remember when I was on tour, and for Excel, and we were touring down in South Island and going into a local and they were singing, you know, The Lord is my
Yeah.
light. So, but you know, they're not going to look at this guy and go, yeah, he was. Yeah, but that's how far the song travelled, you know. And
But that's definitely one of our oldest originals.
Yeah, what was your creative process for it? Like
Nothing. It was just feel. It was just, yeah. Like it wasn't like, well, we came up with the tune first. We had this nice tune. But yeah, it wasn't until we wanted to put lyrics to it that we decided to,
and then I went
yeah.
to piano.
We went to Psalms 27.
Yeah.
And that's where we,
So it's definitely, you know, King David's lyrics. He just took it from the verses.
wow, because that song still is a testimony for so many people today, and it's like about over 3 generations, over 2 decades now of that song. Actually, close to 3 decades,
it
and
is.
like it's still like I can't play guitar, but I can play that song over and over. I can definitely play that song on guitar. And like I know for a lot of my friends and family members, like for most of us who don't play guitar, as soon as we're like, if the guitarist has run out of songs, we're like, yeah, give it to me.
Yep.
Ding, 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 ding. So it's like, man, it's like a blessing in so many ways, that even just the lyrics of it, the lyricism, like the way you've weaved the psalm into like such a beautiful melody, man.
I think it's one of the most beautiful things about being an artist is you don't know, like we come up with music, you know, we put music out there, but you don't know who it's going to affect, how it's going to affect, you know, and to hear like little testimony stories about, you know, what that song in particular has done for people has always, you know, put a, you know, a warm feeling in my heart, you know, to know that a song that God has blessed us with has truly been a blessing to so many people.
Yeah.
And there's,
from all walks of life, we've come across guys and from all walks of life, even like we've sung it at, you know, gang funerals and stuff of, you know, friends and all of that. But it's
the one gospel song that would perform in anywhere. Like doesn't matter even if it's at a club.
We were at One Love
whatever.
this year. We were all busy, and
oh man, we'll still.
I was so tired, and I like it just so happened that it was still earlier in the day, so me and my husband were standing out the front and bawling our eyes out. Like it was so nice because it was Sunday as well, you know, like.
But that's our
it's
offering
not
to the
necessary.
Lord.
Yeah, like
you know, for his music and
it's not common to have gospel sung in these spaces, but you brought it there and you continue to normalize it by performing it and
I think
you know, shouting Jesus in these spaces and bringing healing
God's
to
the
many,
giver
you know,
of
like
music, you know, and
what a testimony.
this is his music, this is his gifting, and for us, like we still have that reverence, we still have that mamalu of man,
and we still know our truth, you know, in terms of our relationship with God, and we can't be believers and be afraid to sing a song that honors him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so many artists now create their set lists only thinking about people, only to please people, you know. And so for us, we do a bit of that as well because we understand the professionalism that comes with being an entertainer and all of that. But there's always going to be a moment in our set we're going to give thanks and glory to God.
Yeah.
Because we can't give their thanks to anyone else. We can't thank anyone else, you know, for this gift, you know, and for the blessings that have gone on in our lives. No, we can only thank God for that. Now, people can sit here and scrutinize our lives and say, yeah, but if it wasn't for this person, your mom, you know, didn't do that. If it wasn't for these people that you met in your musical journey or these artists that influence you and blah, blah, blah. You know, people can point out, you know, and say, well, it's because of this reason,
Even
well, that's other people.
Yeah.
my perspective is I know, you know, why this happened to us.
Yeah.
And my heart's belief is can only give it to God. You know, can only give thanks and glory to God. So we're never going to be afraid to give thanks to God in our set because that is important to us.
Yeah.
If I say I'm a believer, you know, and I love God, and how am I going to, you know, testify that to people or show people that aspect of my life if I'm only going to just entertain them? You know, it's easy to get behind the scenes and just say, yeah, man, I'm a believer, you know, I love God and all of that and blah, blah, blah. And then they just see in your life, you know, aspects of your life and they judge you on that. You know what I mean? But
We're not perfect.
yeah,
That's
we're
the other
definitely not perfect.
Absolutely.
We've been through the highs and the lows of this world.
Yeah.
You
But
know?
that's the moment, like even for me, that's the moment I just love to worship the Lord.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where it is, man, I just thank God for, man, no matter what muck I've been, no matter how dark my thoughts can be or anything, I just thank God that He's so faithful.
Yeah.
You
We
know?
can only thank Him for getting
Regardless
us.
of our own flaws.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and
Can only thank Him for
like,
getting us out
he
of
still
the muck.
deserves the glory.
Yeah. You know, we've done things our own way. We were meant to be on this path, but we decided to go right here and left over here and, you know, and see all these other things. But I can only thank God and give glory to Him for bringing us back, you know, onto that path. Every time we strayed away, He always, you know, found a way to bring us back and to bring that reality and that truth. So that's probably the true reason why we always love performing The Lord Is My Light, no matter where we go, you know, whether it's in a club, whether it's at a, you know, gang member, you know, thing or whatever, or any performance. Yeah.
Here's a different question. News recently popped off like online and in some blogs, like with Mariah Carey sampling A Life With You. Do you remember the experience? Like, how did it happen? Did she call you?
Yeah, she called me.
Actually,
She called me by my full name. She said, "Whenga fo tupati." It is I, Mariah Carey.
In her voice, just like Whenga.
That whole process was done through the record label. So Dawn Raid, Andy and Dee, they were the ones.
There was a DJ that came over.
Yeah, DJ Scram Jones.
Yeah, and he was doing music for the boys and stuff. And, during that time, we were recording A Life With You. He heard A Life With You, and then he sampled it, and then he shopped it around. And we heard that there wasn't just Mariah Carey; they wanted there were other artists and stuff, you know, and all of that happened. And then she ended up thinking it, and you know, it's a tough story to talk about.
Yeah,
at the same time,
Yeah.
but, you know, it did happen, and we, you know, the song was sampled on her album. So, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, one of the coolest things I remember about that moment was actually, you know, envisioning her singing in the booth while our voices are on the sample. You know,
because
so
you know, it's like
yeah,
I don't know much of any backstories, but like it's still something that came from your God-given talent that you created, and someone like Mariah Carey, like to this day, not many of our people make it that far, you know, like, or like we only
Or have
dream
their
of
music
these
sampled,
things happening, like, or them just even hearing of us, like, so it's just like so inspiring,
and that's the early
especially
2000s.
for me as a musician, like as an artist. But then, you know, like I'm a singer-songwriter, I'm not a producer, where you guys even came up with the music, you know, like, so it's like everything that was created and everything you both created with your God-given talent, she, like, Mariah Carey sampled, you know, and so that's like that's still something to be super proud of. And man,
that's another thing that we're
amazing.
grateful to God for. Yeah, definitely.
So today you're not just Adeaze, your sons, your brothers, your fathers, your husbands. Other than music, you do a lot for your family, the community. I think I've seen you more at the kids' school
Yeah.
than at gigs.
Yeah.
And you're like helping out and doing a lot for the community. And still today you're releasing music. Recently releasing Forever I'm Yours with the Matai Watchers.
Yep.
And then you're also now performing with the kids as your BVs.
Yeah,
How does that feel? Like having this sustainability, but also still keeping the passion flowing, you know, like, I mean, you guys have a show tomorrow and it must, like, you know, like, do you ever feel like, oh, it's going to take a lot for me to go and do a performance, or are you like, you know, because after it's going on to like over 3 decades now,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and you're still, the fire's still burning, you're still like the best of the best, especially like for our, not just here in New Zealand,
That's kind of you to say.
but like internationally as well, you know. And like I was saying, like the thing about Mariah Carey, I read it like in a couple of international blogs, it wasn't a New Zealand one, you know. So like you're still at the very top of like the music scene. And how does that feel for you? Like how does it feel from when you first started and releasing A Life With You to now it's like a whole different level of it, because you have the kids performing with you. You're like in a different age. You've had all these years of experiences. How does it feel for you guys?
It's definitely harder. Like when we first released music, it was ngā maua, masios,
Yeah.
you know. And then as the years go on, like, you know, we through life and you know, our wives and our kids, and that, like, your kind of priorities shift as well as you mature, and the focus you know, is more kind of the family, but also you still know your calling in different areas, as like you were saying with the community stuff and in schools and all of that, and then going the full circle of having, you know, our kids sing with us. Like, it's a beautiful journey. It hasn't been the easiest as an artist when you have a family.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
like if we just said, oh yeah, don't worry about our wives and kids and just focus on music.
Mele ese ia pālangi makako. Lango the pālangas will be like, no, we cannot have kids just yet. Maybe in our 30s, because I've got to focus on our career. Nah, I think it's definitely. I feel a lot of gratitude, just seeing how everything unfolded. Being in this day and age where, you know, my kids are on stage with us singing BVs for us, and that wouldn't happen. They're not just doing that just because they're our kids. They're doing that because I can trust them, or we can trust them with the notes that's given. Because again, we do a lot of it at home when I'm drilling them at home. So, you know, what I've learned about, you know, our kids, they're just fast learners.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying they're the greatest singers, you know, and their times are still yet to come. Everyone's still got their own thing that they need to work on.
Teachable.
Or staying teachable is important. But to have these moments where, you know, I can share the stage with them, impart some experience for them to experience, so they can run off and do what they want to do with it as well. Yes, is, like I said, something that I'm definitely grateful to see and to share with them in this day and age. So, yeah, of course, naturally we age. Everyone ages. No one stays the same age. And the reality is, you know, our voices do get older, you know.
Yeah.
So preparing for, you know, gigs that we have, especially in the last 5 years, because we've had so much to do with our kids. Every time there's a gig that comes up, it's like I teach in schools, and like I'm one of those handy persons. I can't just like not go handy. So when I'm teaching choirs or teaching vocals or teaching anything at schools,
all in or nothing.
yeah, I'm all in. And So that's when I realized how my voice is getting old, because it's just, it goes after a couple of sessions and then we got a gig coming up. Then I have to tell my wife, okay, I need to rest these 3 days leading up to the gig to make sure my voice is all good for the performance. So it becomes a balancing act, especially when you have kids.
Yeah.
And I'm living over.
Yeah.
So like in regards to our
Australia,
music at Ease, like we haven't really had a focus hard on, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We've just, taken each week as it comes, taken each day, because again, for me, when I moved over to Australia, I told my kids it's got nothing to do with Dad's music or anything, or like I want you to have a go at sports. So for my kids, they never played sports because they were always part of music programs.
Yeah.
And they grew up playing, grew up in the church and singing and stuff. So when we moved over, they started giving sports a go. And, 5 years later, my younger two are doing really well in sports. And that's been my whole focus at the moment. So it's funny because Naines will ask me, Sully, you want to go to Hawaii? You want to go, or whatever gigs come up, and then, but he knows my heart. Like, I love music, and I love seeing my twin, but man, I never want to miss my kids' training. I just want to be that dad, being present. So
there have been a couple of gigs where we just couldn't do it because he wasn't available to come.
because my kids at a tournament or something. But again, the blessing of
priorities.
That's it. Yeah.
Gotta have your own set of
Prioritizing,
priorities.
balancing.
We've done our career, we've done our music thing, and we still gig, as often as we can. But these
there's a
days
lot
is
that we
more
turn
picking
down
and
too
choosing.
because of our families, and like we're at peace and happy with that. And at the same time, we still know that God's given us songs that He wants us to release. And again, in His timing, it'll happen.
Wow, that's so good. After so many years and like so many years of experience, successes, awards, accolades, in this day and age of like where you are today, what does success look like to you?
Yeah, good question. I think success for me I think it's going to be different for everyone, but for me personally, success is just seeing happiness in my kids, and that they, again, have a solid relationship with God, but also working hard to achieve what they want to achieve in this life. That's success for me. Success is all got to do with the home. It's got nothing to do with my own giftings anymore.
Yeah.
Success for me looked different back then.
Yeah.
Before kids, it was about, I would feel successful if I was out there performing and, releasing music, and that was success for me back then. But in this day and age, when you get to the ages we are at, and I'm 45 years old now.
Holy.
No
I know.
way.
I know. But you're a year younger, so you're just right there.
Pero amo.
But Naines is right. Like, man, I'm exactly the same too. Success, man, is as soon as you said success, I just thought of my wife and kids, thought of my family, thought how pleasing and happy it is to, just seeing them grow and, and especially growing through mistakes, the learning of everything in life. But yeah, man, that's my greatest success. Man, is my family. I love
So
my
good.
wife. I love my kids, and Naines is the same too.
Yeah, that's like me too. So I want to ask five quick general questions. It's a bit of this and that.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Do we have to both answer it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All good.
What's your favorite genre in music? I know you do R&B, but what would be your actual personal favorite?
That's another thing that changes with age.
I don't have a favorite, but my go-to is always going back to worship.
Yeah.
It's going back to the Gaithers, and then there's some days I'll listen to Roots, Uncle Bob, and all of his albums.
Yeah.
But yeah, it depends.
I think gospel is still like, for me personally, definitely a genre that I love to listen to. But it's not just Black American gospel. It's just gospel in general, just hearing different artists and how they worship, different worship bands. One guy I am getting into a lot lately is gospel artist named Zamar. Zamar Israel, I think it is. And he, I think his point of difference in gospel music is it still sounds very Black American type of gospel, but he uses God's true name in his worship songs, you know. And so I know, we're in the day and age where people are discovering certain things, and some people are discovering, God's name, because we can all agree that God is not a name, God is a title. Anything can be given the title of God. But when the Bible, especially in Psalms, when God says, you call out to my name, praise my name, worship my name. Well, what is the name of the God of Israel? And a lot of them have associated with Yahweh or Yahweh. And that's the point of my journey and my belief at the moment is where it's taken to. So listening to this guy, Zamar, I just love hearing, God's true name being sung, and not just being sung as a title. But gospel music in general. I listen to a lot of music. Like,
very inspiring.
Don't get me wrong. Like, there's still, I love watching on YouTube just different stuff, different musos. So I'll go through and I'll listen to all the mean pianists. Be like, these guys are crazy. They listen to mean bass players. Listen to from all genres of music. From lead guitarist, from rock, heavy metal, to just reggae. So I think at this age, when you become a little bit more mature in music, your ears open up to a lot of things, but gospel is definitely sort of at the top for me.
Yeah, me too. Summer or winter?
Winter.
Summer.
Prince or Michael Jackson?
Oh,
Prince.
Yeah, Prince.
If you were to be doing anything else other than music, or like your dream career, what would it be?
That's a good question.
Eating.
Food connoisseur.
Food competitions.
We'll probably be definitely be in the food game somewhere, be a chef or something. And
wow.
Either
I wouldn't even think wow. Okay, interesting. Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Tea.
Ooh. Okay, we're gonna play a little game called La Langa. The La Langa game, this is from the reflect section of the La Langa game, and it's pretty much a card game that normalizes just having conversation. Conversation within our people, or just like people in general. And so I'm gonna get you to, I'll give it a quick shuffle.
Oh, you played the cards?
So are you ready?
So I'm going to give it, I'll give it to you and I'll get you to choose one and I'll ask you that question.
Yeah. Oh, we give it to you?
Yes, please. Okay. One's for you, Whiangainga. When was the last time you did something that made you happy?
I think every day I do something that makes me happy. Because at this age, it's like
all my life.
I mean,
I'm always happy.
Yeah, I mean, at this age, you have to do things for yourself in order for you to be happy.
Absolutely.
I mean, besides, the joy that my wife and my kids give me, there's times where, I'm in control of my own happiness, should I say. And so, I'm responsible for that. If I'm going to be down in the dumps about something, well, then I'm responsible for that too. So I've got to climb out of that pit myself.
Yeah.
So I think, there's very little things, that it doesn't take much to make me happy, to be honest, and especially in these days. Just having a good meal and
the song just started in my head.
And being able to chill. I love playing pool a lot.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
I
so
know.
One of my best friends, Aldridge Tuiavi'i, yeah, me and him are always just jamming at my house on my pool table, and so we've been having some pretty mean battles lately.
Yeah. Awesome.
So, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for
So
thanking me.
good. And and my question for you, our question is, what is a memory you are thankful to have shared with someone?
Choose someone else, don't choose me. choose someone else.
What is a memory that I'm thankful for? Yeah, for me, it's with my wife. Yeah, just being able to see our kids grow individually and just seeing them find themselves, you know, and being themselves. I guess over here, especially for the older two, like it was always, oh, that's Adeaze's kids, you know, so that's the other thing why, which was pretty cool. When we moved over to Australia, I told them, no one will know you know, you just go and, yeah, like I said, play sports but yeah, just sharing each moment, going to my kids' trainings. I just love being that parent, watching with my wife under the tree and, you know, just being grateful for, you know, the journey and just
good.
being grateful for our children. And, you know, I love my kids. I love my wife, man. You know, we are blessed husbands
we
and
are.
fathers, you know, and blessed parents.
It's true.
So,
They're really life-changing, having children. So life-changing. Timeless music you've created over the years and songs that have carried generations and will continue to shine for many more years to come. Is there anything you've learned from your journey over the years that you could tell your younger self now, or that you can give as advice for someone like me or just our people that are watching?
I think one that comes to mind for me is just not worrying about what anyone thinks. Like, don't overthink. I think for me, I was, you know, and because of the drugs and everything that I was on, my mind wasn't really, you know, so, but I'd always be worrying about what other people think, you know, and like, and then it'll get to this stage, well, what do they think about my brother? You know, like,
Yeah.
you know, but if I could tell myself, sorry, relax. Yeah, just don't worry about what other people think.
Yeah.
If you know what's true in your heart and you know what goals you want to set, doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, if you believe with all your heart that that's your talent or what you want to do, man, just tunnel vision and just go for it. Don't overthink about the doubters or what people may think to try and bring you down, you know.
Good.
But that was, thank you,
Good.
Nate.
Thank you.
What would I tell myself? So you can feel faking it.
So sorry.
So you feel faking it. Nah, I think I would.
Oh my darling, knock 3 times on the
Little girl.
Rose, Jack.
Yeah, I think I would have just told myself to don't forget to just remain true, you know,
Yeah.
what you did. There's, as much as our parents try to drill it in with us, there's moments where I didn't remain true to myself or remain true to my faith and all of that. Those are those different roads that we went down. So I'd probably tell myself, you know, when you see Pika, don't go with Pika because Pika's going to take you to that guy's house where you go down. And if you come across Stacey, don't go to that. Nah, I think there'll be so much I would want to tell myself. But it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, in this day and age, whatever's happened in my life was either meant to happen, you know. And if it wasn't meant to happen, it was up to me to understand that and, you know, bring myself back to So there would definitely be a ton of encouragement I would give myself. Back in those days. But in saying that, you know, 20 years from now, I'll probably have so much to say to myself right now. You know, it's just never ending.
It's just an ongoing journey.
Never ending. You know,
Man, and
Life
thank you
is-
so much
yeah.
because that's advice that I definitely need to hear as well. And I know you guys give it to me off the mic every time we're together. But it's so nice to be able to sit down and follow the falla together because I know every time we're together, I'm constantly asking
Yeah.
questions. And now you have to answer them because there's sometimes,
all good.
not right now, darling.
Yeah. But that's what
So
we love
finally,
about you.
I love it. Like,
You always come up to us.
we're doing
no
it
matter
for a
where we are.
purpose today.
Yeah, man, you can ask away, you know.
My last question on, I'm sad now. My last question, what's next for Adeaze?
Man, we did have plans of wanting to put out an album, and I think part of that is still, you know, buried in us somewhere. But it's funny, like I said, when life does its thing, it does its thing, you know. And in this age, I have 3 boys, you know, in their final year of school. I have my youngest who's going to be starting high school next year. And so just being present for them as much as we can is always going to override anything that we want to do in music.
Yeah.
And I know that might be a little bit hard of hearing to fans, because I know there's always like fans that come up and say, "Oh, when are you going to release it? When are you going to release it?" And I, do you know what's going on? No.
Because I'm
what's
asking
going on
for
in my
myself
world?
too.
Like, nah.
But we're grateful for the fans.
Yeah,
that
definitely.
come up and ask us about music. But
Yeah.
like Nanes was saying, like, you know, our priorities change, and for us now, we just really want to be present with our kids. You know, we've learnt from the older ones when we weren't there touring and everything, and not there, and then we just grateful for every time that we have with our family. So that's
Like, I didn't really want to do Polyfest this year, but if it wasn't for my 3 boys with Dad, please, we need you. It's like, oh,
We need music. Please,
oh
Dad.
man. But you know, that's when I can, you know, it's those moments that I love to be there for my kids. You know, when they know they can trust Dad to come in and, you know,
Yeah.
that puts pressure on me, just like, you know, having to get ready for a gig.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same type of pressure. I got to go out there and, damn, I got to represent for my boys and make sure this is mean. Otherwise, you know,
Yeah.
or their mates will get, surely your dad's gay. Like, you said your
it's
dad
so
was
cool
going
that your
to make
kids-
us sound mean. Your dad, no.
Yeah, because I even see you training with the kids and have like you're always there at their sports. Like, it's a blessing to even like for your kids to want you to be there. You know,
Yeah.
like
that's the one thing, like, we always encourage our kids, but especially our parents. Our mum always, you know, like, instilled in us, never be ashamed of your parents. Never be ashamed of your siblings. So, man, I've been drilling that since they were young. So there's a genuine closeness with them and with us.
Yeah.
But I love
Yeah.
the fact that my kids would ask me, even my younger, say, "Oh, Dad, can you come and play guitar for us
Yeah.
at school?" So, like, even them being able to sing, like, because they play sports and that, but for others to see that they do have a different kind of energy. But
Plus, they've seen us work alongside so many other kids.
Yeah.
You know, and so when it was their turn, you know, to come up, or, you know, stuff that they're doing musically in schools, you know, to step in that space and be there for them. Yeah, it's definitely a happy place for us. But like our own mum, like, you know, she would often drill in us. What was I going to say? Oh, just being a parent, like, the biggest lesson our parents gave us was they were present in our lives.
Yeah.
You know, at every single thing that we did, every talent quest, every performance, you know. My mom was there with her different video. She started off with the massive video camera that sits on your shoulder like this, you know, then went down to the little cameras like that. So there's a whole collection of videotapes and things like that. And that was the biggest lesson for me. Like, if my parents can be there for me right throughout everything, you know, then I wanted to do the same for my kids.
Yeah.
Be present for them, you know, in their lives and whatever they do. You know, because there'll come a time when our kids grow up, you know, and then they have to start living
they're
their
saying,
lives and all of that,
yeah,
and we're going to be those
making
parents sitting
their own
at home.
decisions.
Oi whalongo mai o mai se kala mai a vili ami. I are praise.
Calling them at night, phew,
I know.
vili, ako loki le whangia.
Wa koa ngere kolu.
Ole hale o ngā whai, i loki le whangia le kalia.
Kolu vai aso e ke le whalongo mai. Yeah, it'll get like that. But,
Yeah.
you know, who knows? We're just ready to experience life as it unfolds for us. And just to ensure that, yeah, God receives the glory for it all.
Oh man, praise God for like such a moment and a time to sit down with you guys. Thank you so much
Man,
for being
pleasure.
here today. It's been like a super honor and a privilege for me to have you
No,
sit with me and go through our little atofala together. It's been some amazing conversations and even just some little parts of me healing as well. Hearing you speak your truth. Thank you so much for being here with me today.
No
I
worries.
really
Thank
appreciate
you all.
I love you guys so
Yeah.
much.
Always here for you.
Love you so much. And that's us.
And thank you for all of our viewers today that are watching.
you.
Much love to you guys.
Please make sure you tune in and check out Adeaze's music if you haven't already. You probably already have, but go and stream it so that the kids can reap awesome rewards from it. And yeah,
And much love, guys. Thank
I
you.
hope to hear some more music and I hope to hear that album very soon.
Thank you.
Love you guys.